Hey friends, it's meteorologist John Hickey. I want to do an update for you about the potential for both some heavy rain and some severe storms coming up here on your Sunday. But before we get to that, got to give you our proud sponsor today, and that is Evergreen Construction and Landscaping. They're your trusted partner for lasting quality and timeless design here in northeastern Pennsylvania. From home additions and renovations, they do stunning outdoor patios, and they're going to build it all with precision and care. If you need excavation, driveway work, they've also got you covered with that. And you know winter weather can happen here in Pennsylvania, even going into April and occasionally even May. And when that happens, they do snow removal service as well. Also, Evergreen Construction and Landscaping, they're also hiring too. So if you're an experienced carpenter, landscaper, or if you've got your Class B CDL like I do, the Evergreen team, they're looking for you. So give my buddy Kyle a call, 570 242 0956, or you can visit them on their Facebook page, Evergreen Construction and Landscaping. Get your home, get your landscaping all refreshed, looking good for the warm season that we have coming up. All right, let's get into the video because, boy, this is going to be a severe weather setup, really not only just for us here in northeastern Pennsylvania, but a lot of the country is going to be impacted by severe weather. It's actually all starting here on your Friday, recording this video Friday, kind of late afternoon, early evening. We've got a big whirligig here in the central United States, and there is severe weather ongoing at the time of this video across Missouri. Now, this is going to be cutting up to the northeast, so believe it or not, that's really not going to be the impactful system for us. What will end up happening is we'll see a secondary system developing kind of to its southeast, and that guy is going to be riding up in our direction for Sunday. But before it does, it's going to be bringing widespread severe weather to portions of Missouri and Alabama. There's actually a level 5 out of 5 risk for severe weather in that neck of the woods for Saturday. So, dangerous system. By the time it gets to us, it won't be nearly as impactful, thank goodness, but still enough punch there that we'll have to keep our guard up. So, for a lot of us, it's a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. And again, this is going to be for Sunday. Earlier in the day, more of northeastern Pennsylvania was included in this. There's some semantics here. The bottom line is this isn't a very big risk for severe storms, but it's enough that we've at least got to pay attention. There's also a flash flood risk, also very low, on the very low end of the scale. It's a level 1 out of 4. The marginal risk for severe weather, this map here, that's on a out of 5 scale. So it's basically level 1 out of 5 risk for a severe storm, meaning some damaging wind gusts for Sunday, and a level 1 out of 4 risk for any kind of flash flooding on Sunday from those storms that'll be moving through. Here's kind of a broad brushed kind of view of things, okay? So kind of a wide angle view. I want to take you right through the weekend because we've got a southeast wind that's going to be coming our way for late tonight, early tomorrow, and that's going to introduce what we call the marine layer. So some fog, even some patchy drizzle can't be ruled out. Poconos into the Wyoming Valley, okay? Could see a little bit of patchy fog, drizzle tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. I think by the afternoon, though, I think we're in a lot better shape. I don't know how much sun we'll see, but it'll be warm and the drizzle should let up anyway. When we go into Saturday night into Sunday, again, maybe a little bit more mist, drizzle that's not showing up here on the models. But again, it's one of those deals. You do this long enough, you know that the potential exists. So I think it's there. Potential for a little mist and drizzle again Sunday morning. But the kind of main show, if you will, doesn't arrive until later in the afternoon and into the evening. And that's going to be the cold front itself coming through a line of downpours and potential storms. Here's a closer look at things. So this is Sunday at noon shown here. Not much happening here in eastern Pennsylvania, at least not yet. But once we get beyond, say, 4 o'clock or so, here comes that line of storms marching its way from west to east. And with this, again, downpours, some gustier winds. All day on Sunday is going to be windy. All right, regardless of any storms, wind gusts 30 to 40, maybe 45 miles per hour, and that doesn't include any storms. Any storms that can form will increase those winds, perhaps to 60 miles per hour or even a little bit higher than that in isolated instances. So widespread gusts, 30 to 45, perhaps some isolated instances of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And that threat exists from about 4 until about 9 o'clock Sunday afternoon into the evening. This is a classic what's called low cape, high shear storm scenario for us here in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's very common for us to see this, especially this time of year. We don't have a lot of thunderstorm fuel, which is the cape, the buoyancy of the air that allows the storms to really grow and bubble up. Those numbers look very low. In fact, this model is probably the most ambitious about it, and it's showing, in some cases, maybe over 500 joules per kilogram of cape. That's the unit of measurement for that. So that's low, okay? And that is probably an overestimation. So we're not looking at much cape, not a lot of thunderstorm fuel. But we have a whole bunch of shear, okay, in the atmosphere. These values, wind shear, which is both the change in direction as well as change in speed with winds with height. And those numbers are incredibly high. I mean, 70, 80 knots of shear. That's a ton, all right? That's a lot of wind energy to work with. And just the winds themselves, say 6,000, 7,000 feet over our heads for Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, okay, we're talking about 70 knots. That's 75-ish, 80-ish miles per hour. So that's over our heads. Not all of that comes down to the ground, but a portion of that or a fraction of that could get pulled down with some of those storms. So that's why we just got to be heads up, okay? So it's not a widespread, big-time severe weather risk like they're going to have in Mississippi, Alabama, ongoing in Missouri at the time of this video, Alabama, Mississippi more so for Saturday. This is one of those, you just got to be weather aware. There's going to be some gusty winds all day Sunday, some rains coming in the afternoon, and a good bit of it, and the potential is there for, again, a storm or two to have some damaging wind gusts. We're all going to get rain, though. In fact, we could see upwards of 1 inch of rain, maybe as much as 1.5 inches in some of these drenching storms, and it's over a narrow window of time, so that's why there's at least a low risk of some flash flooding. I'll be doing some more generally live updates over the course of the weekend, probably 1 or 2 of them in the mornings that you'll be able to go back and watch. So just wanted to give you a heads up that I'll continue to be looking at this flash flood, severe weather risk for you as we go through the weekend. But enjoy your Friday evening. Beautiful out there now. But again, things are taking a bit of a wet and potentially stormy turn over the course of the upcoming weekend. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.